Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to march? Are you ready to fight? Brothers and sisters and friends, let me tell you some news. Last night, you probably heard, but in 30 minutes, 18 Republican senators wiped out 50 years of collective bargaining in Wisconsin. Across this country, Indiana, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and a bunch of other states, corporate America and their Republican right-wing friends have declared war on the working class. And let me tell you, I welcome that war because they've got more to lose than we do, and we're going to kick their ass. We won't back up. We won't back down. They declared the war, and we're going to march, and we're going to win it because we're not winning it for ourselves. We're winning it for our kids and our grandkids and the next generation who deserve at least as good a shot in life as we had. Let me tell you something. Shh. Let me tell you something. I don't know how many of you know this. The 20 largest hedge fund managers in America last year made on average over $650 million each. Those 20 hedge fund managers, before they were able to exercise their tax loopholes, were accused of paying 15% tax, but they probably paid less. The money that just those 20 made would have hired 25 teachers, 25 firemen, 25 policemen, and 25 nurses in every one of America's counties. And any country that will stand for that needs to be fixed, and we're going to fix it. Sisters and brothers, last year, after being part of the Wall Street crowd that took trillions of dollars out of our economy, took trillions of dollars out of Main Street, closed plants and factories, created the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression, the Bank of America, today I heard on the news driving to the airport that they're predicting that they're going to make $35 billion, with a B, $billion profit, while they throw people out of their homes all over America. Yet last year, the Bank of America got a tax rebate from our government of over $3.5 billion. We don't have a spending problem. We got a revenue problem. We got a political problem, and we're going to take care of that as well. Sisters and brothers, let me say to you, I'm from Pittsburgh, the home of the 6-time, almost 7-time Super Bowl champs. Now, calm down. But you know what? It doesn't matter where you're from. We're all workers, and we're all together, and we're all fighting for justice. And I can feel the arc of fairness and the arc of justice being bent our way now. They've declared war on us, and we're fighting back. I was in the back room listening to some of the state troopers talking, and I heard one of them say that they think there's 32,000 people here. Give yourself a hand. The other thing I want to say is it doesn't matter where you're from. Ohio, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. You're 35 who are in Illinois today are huge heroes, and you ought to never forget those 37 that stood up and left and they stood up for fairness. They stood up for justice. They're standing up for our kids. They're standing up for our grandkids, and they're standing up for fairness. They're standing up for democracy. They stand up for what we believe in, and we should never, ever forget them. And the best time to remember them is when we go kick some Republican ass at the next ballot. Let me say this to you. You'll remember back in the summer of 2008 and 2009 when busloads of people would show up, and there'd be 200 or 300 of them, and on all the right-wing talk shows and the major media, they were calling them American patriots. We called them teabaggers, and they were the people that were paid to be there by the billionaires who rented their buses. They were paid to be there to pretend that they were America's patriots. Well, let me tell all those billionaires that paid for those buses to get those people there, this is America's patriots. This is America's democracy. This is America's future. In our union, we've adopted a slogan almost 30 years ago. And when we're in a battle, what we say is defeat is not an option. We won't walk backwards. We will stand together. We will stand together one day longer than the boss, one day longer than the Republicans, one day longer than the billionaires. And when we refuse to be defeated, we can't lose. When we refuse to walk backwards, we can't lose. And sisters and brothers, the thousands of you here who are here today are on the front line of the fight for justice and the fight for democracy. And I can't stress this enough. You can see from here young people, you can see kids, you can see adults, you can see retirees, you see people of every race, of every color, of every age group. We're standing together and we're showing what solidarity looks like, and we're showing what democracy looks like. Be proud of yourself. Stand and fight. Never give up. Never go back. Never give up. Never go back. Never give up. Never go